Hello friends, welcome to the discussion on CCS CC Rules 1965. This is second part, and in this part we shall discuss Rule 10 to Rule 11. Rule 10 and 11 is related to suspension and penalty. In this video, the interpretation of the rules has been made solely for academic purposes and it should not be used otherwise. As per Rule 10, a government servant may be placed under suspension by the appointing authority or any authority to which it is subordinate, or the disciplinary authority or any other authority empowered in that behalf by the president. So who can suspend a government servant? First is appointing authority, second is disciplinary authority, third is any authority to which it is subordinate, fourth is any authority empowered by the president. A government servant may be placed under suspension in the following conditions. First is where a disciplinary proceeding against him is expected or is pending. Second is where, in the opinion of the competent authority, he has engaged himself in activities prejudicial to the interest of the security of the state. Third is where a case against him in respect of any criminal offence is under investigation or inquiry or trial is going on. So what are the conditions for suspension? First is any disciplinary proceeding against him is expected or is pending. Second is his activities is prejudicial to the interest of security of state. Third is a criminal offence is under investigation or inquiry or trial is going on. Then what is deemed under suspension? A government servant shall be deemed to have been placed under suspension in the following manner. First is with effect from the date of his detention if he is detained in custody for a period exceeding 48 hours. Second is with effect from the date of his conviction if he is sentenced to imprisonment exceeding 48 hours. So there are two conditions for deemed under suspension. First condition is if from the date of his detention, if the detention is exceeding 48 hours. And second is date of his conviction, if the conviction is more than 48 hours for imprisonment. Then also there are other conditions. When a government servant was under suspension and he was dismissed, removed or compulsory retired, but subsequently the dismissal etc. is set aside in appeal or on review, and the case is remitted for further inquiry, then the order of his suspension shall be deemed to have been continued in force on and from the date of the original order of dismissal, removal or compulsory retirement, and shall remain in force until further order. So if somebody has been removed or dismissed or compulsory retired, but subsequently this was set aside by law, then he will be treated that from the date of his retirement, compulsory retirement or dismissal removal, he was placed under suspension. This is also one type of deemed under suspension. Then, when a penalty or dismissal etc. is set aside by a court of law and the disciplinary authority decides to hold a further inquiry against him on the allegation on which the penalty or dismissal, removal or compulsory retirement was originally imposed. In such case, the government servant shall be deemed to have been placed under suspension from the date of the original order of dismissal etc. and shall continue to remain under suspension until further order. So, in this case, if penalty has been imposed but it was set aside by court of law and there is a further inquiry, then he will be deemed under suspension from the original order of dismissal etc. But further inquiry shall be ordered only when the court has passed an order purely on technical grounds without going into the merit of the case. So when further inquiry will be ordered? When court has passed an order only on technical ground and court has not gone into the merit of the case. In such case, further inquiry will be ordered. Any order of suspension shall continue to remain in force until it is modified or revoked by the competent authority. Suspension may at any time be modified or revoked by the competent authority. Order of suspension shall be reviewed before expiry of 90 days from the effective date of suspension for revocation or extension. Subsequent reviews shall be made before expiry of the extended period of a suspension. Extension of suspension shall not be for a period exceeding 180 days at a time. So suspension will continue to force unless it is modified or revoked, and it may be modified, revoked by competent authority, and suspension will be reviewed before expiry of 90 days from the effective date of suspension, and if any extension will be given, it shall not be a period more than 180 days at a time. An order of suspension shall not be valid after a period of 90 days unless it is extended for a further period before the expiry of 90 days. So when an order of suspension is issued, it will be valid up to 90 days, and before 90 days it has to be extended after review. If it is not extended, the order of suspension will not be valid. But in case of a deemed order of suspension due to detention in custody, no such review of suspension is necessary if the government servant continues to be under detention at the time of completion of 90 days of suspension. In such case, the 90 days period will count from the date he is released from detention or the date on which he intimated the fact of his release from detention to his appointing authority, whichever is later. So this review is not necessary when somebody is deemed under suspension due to detention in custody if he still continues in detention after also 90 days. And in such case, 90 days period will count from which date? The date he is released from detention or he intimated the fact of his release to the appointing authority. In these 2 days, whichever is later, from this date 90 days will be counted. Rule 11 deals with penalties. Two types of penalties are imposed after disciplinary action, that is minor penalty and major penalty. The following actions are treated as minor penalty. So there is two types of penalty, minor penalty and major penalty. Minor penalty क्या क्या होता है? Censure or withholding of his promotion, recovery from his pay of any pecuniary loss to the government caused by negligence or breach of orders, or reduction to lowest stage in the time scale of pay by one stage for a period not exceeding 3 years without cumulative effect and not adversely affecting his pension, or withholding of increments of pay. So these are minor penalties. The following actions are treated as major penalties. First is reduction to a lower stage in scale of pay for a specified period is considered as major penalty if there is direction, first, to or not to earn increments during the period of such reduction, and second, on the expiry of such period, the reduction will or will not have the effect of postponing the future increment of his pay. Then second type of major penalty is reduction to lower time scale of pay post for a period which shall be a bar to the promotion of the government servant during such specified period with direction. First is to or not to postpone future increments of his pay. Second is whether a government servant shall regain his original seniority in the higher time scale of pay grade post of service. So these two cases are examples of major penalties. Further, these three types of actions are also treated as major penalties. First is compulsory retirement. Second is removal from service, which shall not be a disqualification for future employment under the government. And third is dismissal from service, which shall ordinarily be a disqualification for future employment under the government. So compulsory retirement, removal and dismissal are also treated as major penalties. The penalty of removal or dismissal from service will be imposed in every case in which the charge of possession of assets disproportionate to known sources of income or acceptance of gratification from any person as a motive or reward for doing or forbearing to do any official act is established. So when there is a charge of possession of assets disproportionate to known sources, or acceptance of gratification for from any person as a motive of reward, etc., the penalty of either removal or dismissal will be imposed. But the following actions are not treated as penalty. First is withholding of increments of pay for failure to pass in a departmental examinations. Second is stoppage of at the efficiency bar in the time scale of pay on the ground of his unfitness to cross the bar. Third is non-promotion of a government servant after consideration of his case for promotion to which he is eligible. Fourth is reversion of a government servant of sitting in a higher service, grade or post to a lower service, grade or post, on the ground that he is considered to be unsuitable for such higher service, or on any administrative ground unconnected with his conduct, or replacement of the service of a government servant whose services had been borrowed from a state government. So these actions are not treated as penalty, though it goes against the benefit of the government servant. These are not treated as penalty. Further, reversion to his permanent service during or at the end of period of probation in accordance with the terms of his appointment, which appointed on probation to any other service, compulsory retirement as per provisions relating to the superannuation or retirement, termination of services which appointed on probation during or at the end of period of his probation as per terms of his appointment or the rules, termination of the service of a temporary government servant as per provisions of CCA Temporary Service Rules 1965, termination of the services employed under an agreement in accordance with the terms of such agreements. So these type of terminations or retirement are also not treated as a penalty because these are as per rules and conditions of service or agreements. Now let us discuss some questions. As per Rule 10, who cannot place a government servant under suspension? Options are appointing authority, or any authority to which the government servant is subordinate, or disciplinary authority, or inquiry authority. Answer is it is inquiry authority because inquiry authority cannot place a government servant under suspension. A government servant may be put under suspension in which of the following circumstances? Options are where a disciplinary proceeding against him is contemplated or is pending, or where in the opinion of the authority aforesaid he has engaged himself in activities prejudicial to the interest of the security of the state, or where a case against him in respect of any criminal offence is under investigation, inquiry or trial, or all of these. Answer is all of these. A government servant shall be deemed to have been placed under suspension by an order of appointing authority if he is detained in custody, whether on a criminal charges or otherwise, for a period exceeding how many hours? 24, 36, 48 or 60? Answer is exceeding 48 hours. When a penalty or dismissal, removal or compulsory retirement from service imposed upon a government servant under suspension is set aside in appeal or on review, and the case is remitted for further inquiry, the order of the suspension shall be, options are, deemed to have been continued in force, or deemed to have been revoked, or shall be considered on case-to-case basis, or either of these above. Answer is deemed to have been continued in force. An order of suspension shall be reviewed by the authority which is competent to modify or revoke the suspension before expiry of how many days from the effective date of suspension? Options are 45, 60, 90, 120. Answer is 90. An order of suspension may be extended not more than how many days at a time? Options are 90, 120, 180, 365. Answer is 180 days. Which of the following is not a minor penalty? Options are censure, or withholding of his promotion, withholding of increments of pay, or recovery from his pay of any pecuniary loss caused by him to the government, or reduction to lower stage in the time scale of pay by one stage for a period not exceeding 3 years with cumulative effect and not adversely affecting his pension. Answer is D. In case of deemed under suspension due to detention in custody, no review of suspension is necessary if the government servant continues to be under suspension at the time of completion of 90 days of suspension. In such case, the 90 days period will count from options are the date he is released from detention, or the date on which he intimated the fact of his release from detention to his appointing authority. Option C. Whichever of A and B above is earlier. Option D. Whichever of A and B is later. Answer is whichever of A and B above is later. Which of the following are not considered as penalties? Options are withholding of increment for failure to pass exams, or non-promotion after consideration of the case by DPC, or reversion from higher officiating post on consideration of unsuitability to hold such post, or all of these. Answer is all of these. Which of the following is correct? Options are removal from service which shall not be a disqualification for future employment under the government, or dismissal from service which shall not ordinarily be a disqualification for future employment under the government, or removal from service which shall be a disqualification for future employment under the government, or both dismissal and removal from service which shall be a disqualification for future employment under the government. So which of the following is correct? Answer is A is correct. Which of the penalty will be imposed in every case in which the charge of possession of assets disproportionate to known source of income or acceptance of gratification from any person as a motive or reward for doing or forbearing to do any official act is established? Options are removal from service, or dismissal from service, or either removal or dismissal from service, or compulsory retirement. Answer is either removal or dismissal from service. Thank you.